If you have merchandise related to your race, such as hoodies, wristbands, or even cowbells, then you may want to consider setting up a store on RunSignUp. This way, all of the elements that are related to your race can be found in one spot. Stores are useful for events that want to sell items to registrants as well as the general public. By default, customers do not need to register for the race to access the store, though you will be able to limit stores or specific store items to only registrants if necessary. This will be explained in the Adding Store Items section of this tutorial. Also by default, registrants are prompted to purchase store items during registration. This is the recommended setup for your race because it allows registrants to sign up and make store purchases on a single transaction. This will keep the processing fee lower for them than if they had to do two separate transactions, one for the registrations and one for the store purchases. Although it is usually not recommended, you do have the option to remove the store step from registration, as is explained in How to Set Up Fast Registration options. To easily jump to this feature's dashboard setup page, simply begin by typing store into the search bar of the dashboard, and after you have typed in at least 3 letters, search results will begin to show below the box. Select Store Setup from those listed below, and you will be brought directly to the setup page. You can also manually find this feature by going to the Store tab of the race dashboard and clicking on the subheading for Setup. This tutorial will cover whether you should set up a store, create a giveaway, or make an add-on, adding store items, rearranging and/or removing store items, creating store fees, viewing your race store, and viewing and managing store orders. Should you set up a store, create a giveaway, or make an add-on? RunSignUp has a few options for handling race merchandise. This includes stores, giveaways, and add-ons. While you should also review the tutorials for how to set up the giveaway and how to create an add-on in order to see which option or options best suit your race's needs, giveaways are best to use when you have an item that is being offered to registrants for free when they sign up for the race. Add-ons are additional items that registrants can purchase with the registration, and store items are best to be used when you have items that are available to both registrants and non-registrants. Adding store items. Once you go to the Store tab, and then Setup, you can begin creating items for your store. First, enter in the name of the item you would like to create into the Item field. And if you would like to add a little more information about that item, then you can do so in the field for description. Next, you can set any store item availability dates if necessary. If you leave the available starting date blank, then the item will be available for purchase immediately. If you set the available starting date to a date in the future, then this item will not appear in your store until after the date set here arrives. If you leave the available until date blank, then the item will be available for purchase indefinitely once it becomes available. Please note that if you leave the available until date as blank, then this item will continue to be available even after your race has passed. If you set the available until date to a date in the future, then this item will stop appearing in your store after the date set here passes. Please note that if you would like to expire an item immediately, then you can always set the available until date to a date in the past. In the following field, you can set the cost of the item. For the most part, this will be a positive number, such as $10 to purchase this item. However, if you would like the selection of this item to offer a discount to the total transaction, then you can enter in a negative number here, and anyone selecting this item from your store will receive the negative amount as a discount. Please note that any discount offered by a negative amount in the cost field will not allow the total transaction cost to go below $0. For the purpose of this tutorial, we will set the cost as a positive amount in order to create an item that customers would need to pay for. If you would like to set a maximum quantity that a single user can purchase of this item, then you can do so in the field provided. If you have a limited total number of items available for purchase, then you can set the quantity available, and you are also given the option to upload an image of your store item by clicking the Choose File button and selecting the image. And if you've selected the wrong image, then you can click on Choose File again and select the correct image. Or you can decide to not upload an image altogether by clicking on the button for Clear Selected File. Please note that if you already have an image saved in association with your item, and you decide that you do not want that image on your item anymore, then you can simply click Choose File, and then save over the image with another, or you can remove the image entirely by checking the box for Remove Image, and saving the settings. If you would like for this item to be placed into the main store, which is visible to both the public and to the members of each event, then leave all of the boxes in the Race Settings section unchecked. If you would like to limit the purchase of this item to only the team captains of corporate teams, then you can do so by checking off the box for Only list this item to team captains in the corporate team store. If you would like for your store item to be seen by more than just the team captains of corporate teams, then do not select the setting for Corporate Team Store Only. If you would like to limit the purchase of this item to only registrants of specific events, then you can do so by checking off the box for Only list this item when registering for a specific event or events. You can then select which event or events you would like to list this item under. Again, it is important to note that if you would like an item to be available to the public, then you will need to make sure that the Corporate Team Store Only option and the Event-Specific Item option are both unchecked. If your item has more than one option to choose from, such as size options, color options, etc., then select Requires Option, and an option field will be opened up to you. You can click on Add New Option as many times as you would like, in order to create as many option fields as you will need. In the option column, enter in the various options available for that item, such as small, medium, large, and extra small. If necessary, you can also enter in the quantity available for each of these item options. Please note that the main quantity available field, which we looked at previously, will override the sum of the quantities available listed under options. So make sure that the total sum of the quantity available fields for all of the options is not greater than the quantity available field that you may have set previously. If you are going to be setting the quantity available by option, then you should leave the main quantity available field blank to avoid having the numbers not be equal. You can use the up and down arrows to rearrange the option order, and if you would like to delete an item option, then you can click on the X for that option. If you would like to collect additional information from customers purchasing this particular item, then you can create a custom field. This can be used for any purpose that you need to collect custom data for with this item. For instance, if your item is a specialty metal, and it includes custom engraving for each customer, then you can fill out the field for Custom Field Label with something such as name you would like engraved on metal. The customer would then be given a text field beneath this heading, where they could fill out the information. If you would like to ensure that customers fill out this field, then you can select Require Response. You can also add an optional fee or fees to an item. Please note that optional fees should only be used if you would like to collect fees for that particular item, which are not already covered by the store fees, which will be discussed in the upcoming section for Creating Store Fees. It is important to remember that optional fees are applied to individual store items in addition to any store fees that you may have set up. If you have a fee that should be applied to all store items, then you should set up store fees, as will be explained in the upcoming section for Creating Store Fees. Optional fees on an item should only be used if the item requires an additional fee of its own. To create an optional fee, fill out the field for the name of the fee, such as Extra Shipping Fee, and then specify the fee amount as a percentage of the item's original cost and/or a dollar amount. If you are using a percentage and not a dollar amount, then enter in $0 in addition to your percentage, and if you are using a dollar amount and not a percentage, then enter in 0% in addition to your dollar amount. If necessary, you can enter in a percentage and a dollar amount. Please note that the percentage is based on the item's specific cost before the store fees are factored in. Once you have your item set up, then you can click on Save, and the item will be added to your store. To create more items for your store, simply click on the button for Add Item, and repeat the process for each new item. Once you are finished with creating items and/or editing existing items, then always be sure to save the changes to update your Race store. Rearranging and/or removing store items. If your Race store consists of multiple items, then you can arrange them in the order that you would like for them to appear by using the up and down arrows to the right of each item. The item listed first on your setup page will appear first, the item listed second will appear second, and so on and so forth. You also have the option to delete store items. However, if a customer has already purchased that item, then it is recommended that you set the item as expired rather than deleting it. You can do this by setting the available until date to yesterday. This will hide the item from any customers who view your store, but you will still be able to view the setup of the item within your dashboard. Save the changes at the bottom of the page, and your new item arrangement will be saved. You also have the option to delete store items. If you have not had any customers purchase this item, and you would like to delete it from your store, then you can do so by clicking on the X, which is found between the arrangement arrows. Save the changes, and the item will be deleted. Creating store fees. Store fees are fees that apply to any purchase from the store. If you would like to set up a store fee, then begin by clicking on Add Store Fee, and then enter in a fee text to describe this charge. Most commonly, stores will use this field to define an overall shipping fee, handling fee, or tax charge. You can then define the fee amount as a percentage of the total charge, and a dollar value to be added onto the total charge. Please note that the percentage fee is based on the total store purchase amount before discounts, taxes, and processing fees. If you would like for the fee amount to just be a percentage, then enter in your percentage and set the dollar value to 0. If you would like for the fee amount to be a dollar value and not a percentage, then enter 0 for the percentage, and then fill out your dollar value. And if you would like to charge both a percentage and then a dollar value, then you can fill out both fields accordingly. Finally, you can also enter in the dates and times for when this fee starts being applied to store purchases, and when this fee ends and will no longer be applied to store purchases. If you leave the fee start date blank, then this store fee will begin to be applied immediately. If you leave the field for the fee ends date blank, then your store fee will be applied indefinitely. You can add as many store fees as you would like by clicking on Add Store Fee and repeating the process. And to remove a store fee, simply click on the X to the right of the fee that you would like to remove. Please note that if customers have already made purchases while this store fee was active, then it is best to expire the store fee by setting the fee ends date to yesterday instead of using the X to delete the store fee. By expiring the fee, you will still be able to see it in your dashboard, even though customers will no longer be asked to pay this fee. Once you are finished creating and/or editing your store fees, be sure to save the changes, and you will receive confirmation that the changes have been made. Viewing your race store. After setting up and saving your race store, you should view it on your race page to make sure that it is set up as you would like. To view your main race store, go to your race page by clicking on View Race, and then click on the tab for Store. You will be able to test out your store and make sure that you have all of your items set up correctly. To view event-specific items, then you can always go through the sign-up process and select the event or events that these items apply to. As you continue through your test registration, you will be able to see those event-specific store items. If you need to make any corrections, then return to the race dashboard and edit the items under the Store tab in the Setup section. Viewing and managing store orders. Once your store is set up and customers have begun to make purchases, then you can view the store summary for a brief synopsis of your store activity, as is explained in How to View the Store Summary, and you can view and manage store orders, including canceling and refunding orders, as is explained in How to View and Manage Store Orders. A written instruction manual is also available for this topic and can be viewed in the How To section of RunSignUp.